Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're going to zoom in and focus in on a very important topic and very interesting and that is how to resist the cyber Hoover from a narcissist or a psychopath. A narcissist or a psychopath presents as an extremely emotionally manipulative individual, someone who is very controlling in their nature and oftentimes is plagued with an idealization phase in the beginning. So in other words, the plague is in the idealization. It's in this feeling of infatuation, enamoration, being head over heels with this person, feeling like all of a sudden you've just met your soulmate, or this person has just this glimmer to you in your life, whether it's being a romantic partner, a lover, or really, as a friend, or this can occur in a sibling, a golden child, or really even a parent, because a parent also, just by virtue of their birthright has an idealized space in your life. They are your caregivers. So they have, really the first direct authority over you, and you are they are the first people who you emulate in life. You look up to them, and oftentimes people have an idealized vision of this person. They can do no wrong. They do not want my hurt. They are here to protect me. They are the one and only who love me the dearest, and they are the ones who will protect me from all hurt, all starvation, all poverty. They are here to guide me, direct me, and love me and nurture me into life. So there's this idealization that's built in to this relationship dynamic with a narcissist. And at first it's kind of this oceanic feeling that you have with them, where the lines are blurred, between you and them, and you become head over heels and really kind of idealize this person or idealize the relationship. This is the love of movies. This is, written in the stars. This is fated to be. This is the answer to my prayers. You have all these feelings like, here's this bad boy, here's this bad girl, or whatever it is, about their charm, about their personality that was originally intoxicating. And so oftentimes this is the issue, is that there's an intoxication to this relationship. And the idealization then is always followed by the devaluation, which means somewhere along the line, there's going to be a jab, there's going to be an insult, there's going to be a condemning disdain of you, where there's a feeling of kind of impending doom, that there's something inherently wrong with you, and that this is a message that they're telling you. There's something wrong about you. You are too needy. There's something wrong with your desires. You're not talented in this way that I need you to be. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough. And then you're becoming really kind of feeling like there's something wrong with you. And so you work really to try to please this person. And then it becomes this habit. It becomes this addiction. And it becomes this idealization of them, that they have authority over you better than you know over yourself. So really, if you look at kind of like the parent relationship, the parent-child relationship, where the parent is older than you and knows more than you and is giving you your shelter, you obey them. You have to obey them. Well, in the beginning of the narcissist and psychopathic relationship, there's a similar feeling of infatuation and idealization. And furthermore, a devaluation of you, until then furthermore the discard. You see this outright rejection. And then you have, basically this virtual Hoover that comes on in your mind, because the mind tends to replay this, but it was so good, and I did everything that I was supposed to. I tried my best. And then they gave me, this positive feedback, or we had this in this relationship where things were going along so great, and, isn't that enough? Isn't that good enough? And so people tend to have a virtual Hoover in their mind, where they tend to second guess themselves and then think, how can I get them back? I'm still going to, even though they're gone, I'm going to continue to work on myself so that eventually when they come back, I'll be ready. So I find a lot of people who are in a virtual Hoover, where they're still thinking, even though this person has outright discarded them, they've gone through that phase and they're no longer really in their life, they're still kind of preparing in their life to be with them. Even though this person is gone, it's like they're in a virtual hover state. They're in a virtual, a mental sort of, I don't want to call it a compulsion or obsession, or just ruminating or brooding over this person. And they're still thinking about, how good it was or how good they are and how I really loved. And they're kind of resonating in that feeling of like how much I still really love them and I loved them. And, it is all about them. And then that idealization phase along with that, like, but I'm so much less than, so I'm going to work on myself so that I will be good enough for them. They're still kind of pivoting on this person. They're still using this person as a guidepost in their life. It's kind of like they're still using them as a guide stick according to how they should be. And again, the locus of control is you're leaving it to somebody outside of you who's narcissistic, or psychopathic, who has these needs, which you or really anybody cannot satisfy. It's like a revolving door with them. And so you don't want to be like, well, eventually the revolving door will invite me once again, and I'll be through the revolving door, and maybe I'll get a chance to go out with them, or maybe I won't go out, I'll just take the chance. And people stay stuck in this for weeks, months, and years, stuck on this virtual hover, and they're going to backslide, and they're going to continue to look at pictures and ruminate in their mind. And so be careful of this. Work through this stage of the recovery as soon as possible. Forgive yourself, forgive them. And a lot of people say, what do you mean forgive myself? Well, you had felt that this person was really your end all be all in life, versus your own internal needs guiding you and your independence in life. So oftentimes there's a codependency where, you give it all, or you sacrifice everything about you for them. You become basically a role that is attached to them. And in your mind, which is not always healthy. So it's really like detaching. It's like saying, okay, maybe I had a misperception, or there's maybe something that I'm doing to contribute to my woundedness right now. What am I doing that's contributing to my sense of woundedness? And how can I stop this? Because this is becoming a bad habit. This is becoming incessant. This is not really getting me anywhere, and I can't really change this. So I just need to accept that was just one chapter, and that I can build and I can learn what lessons I had to learn from that relationship, and I can take whatever gifts that I got from that relationship, and I can use that to make me a better person. And I can now furthermore love on a realistic, realized relationship versus an over-idealized or degraded sense of relationship. And John Bradshaw, a wonderful writer who I recommend all of his books. Homecoming, Championing the Inner Child, Healing the Shame That Binds You. Anything by John Bradshaw is wonderful. I would definitely recommend those two books. But he talks about this and how a child has this idealized version of a parent in their life, so they tend to take a lot of the abuse. They identify with the captor, and then they can fall prey to like a degraded sense of them. And then, you need to have kind of a balance in the middle and get a realistic assessment of them. So oftentimes that's going to be a key to your healing and stopping that virtual hover from going on weeks and weeks and months and years, where you find that you're staying stuck and, life is needing to keep going on, and you need to become more realized in your healing. It's peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos, that they do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.